Drop it in. We got good organizers from here. The party cave. SIA open up. Here in the cave. Gonna jump into the verse. We're going to discuss KS6. Douji Continental and intellectual disturbance losses. SIA open up. You don't scare me. This dude's a punk. His cut's nice and white. He catch Rocky and legal. Of course not. That's why I present with you. One, two, three conflicting arguments. SIA open up. Conflicting argument one. Illegal notices are pure psychological ordinances regarding the use of a product. Although there are both legal aspects to it, it's there to discourage the said file changes of a product. The logic of it is you change or alter the machine code, and it's mine. It creates its own field, a legal field for itself. When it reaches target, they lie to you to get to lie by it in place where it isn't. Like, I can't physically stop myself from saying, oh, I wear a Dragon Ball Z backpack in public. It doesn't mean my eyes should be gouged out of my body for unlocking a Dragon Ball Z Bandai Namco backpack in front of me. Conflicting argument number two. This classic example simply states that there was no intention for other personnel to remove the product or make it avoiding it possible. It remains as an invincible standalone ordinance, often with more rights than human rights, in case you didn't notice. Conflicting arguments number three. I didn't state to take items or repeatedly broadcast versus engineering, but simply that a person could take advantage of writing something illegal into the law and calling it legal. These are often delusions or just straight up illegal stuff written into the law in case you didn't notice. Corrupt laws and statutes and sentences. To boost the sales of a product or finances of their corporations and force the general public to take the reflected moving hand by default. Title 17 copyright mark the simple possession of an item as infringement with no basis of claim presented, meaning a person could walk around with a Dragon Ball Z Bandai Namco backpack not to get harmed, then toss it to the back of your neck and they will ignore them and say you infringed an imaginary existence. Now you notice how these people are actually getting killed from something that doesn't exist? I advise you do something about that because if something doesn't exist, you don't get killed for stuff that don't exist. Bottom line. You just relaying out non-military standard information to the general public using classified military intelligence to cause them to act in place as your puppets. If they're not this fountain of currency or viewpoint for you, broadcasting your will, projecting your will, if they're not exhibiting this parasitic relationship where you're always losing and you're always gaining, and then for some odd reason, wave your hand, quit's mine. You know, something funny. If I'm in here, I can't stop you from saying over there, even though I literally state here that it should be stopped so that I don't hear it, so that there is no basis for infringement ever presented if it never existed in the first place. If it never happened in the first place, there can be no basis for infringement. You never cut out the sources of it, the other personnel themselves. Throwing the ordinances out as invincible standalone ordinances, turning to zombies and puppets, it's all chaotic and stuff. And it will get aggressive and hostile and violent to force it down your throat socially. And it's not really funny. Considering I'm over here minding my own business. They put over here, they're the ones inviting me for their 106th assassination attempt, in case you didn't notice. Now, if I'm over here telling you they failed 105 assassination attempts against Japanese person's life, and see the watch the sixth one, I'd like to tell you that watching the two structures of fully armed body armor personnel, they're armed with guns and stuff. They're just standing on corners, armed with guns, ready to shoot me in the head for lifting unopened Japanese textbooks. That's not really that cool, is it? Now, they would do anything to throw me on the rug and say there was no one there studying Japanese. You gotta always throw it onto a white person to gain all the curse and benefits of the situation at hand. Have all the non-whites penny scraping. Credit control freak wastelands have other people cleaning up your waste. And when other people are cleaning up your waste, they get tired of cleaning up your waste because they're not the one that caused the waste. These corporations did. And if you need papers, you have papers. I'm pretty sure you don't want the papers. But, what do you have to say to me? Is that I already created a paper there. It says you have to fill out the basis of the claim at the top of BPE, model system upgrade, without the legal system. You have to fill out the basis of the claim at the top of the paper there for you to take legal action. Because here's what's going to happen. What's going to happen is that there's a logical solution that he's going to tell you that expression of delusion. We're trying to smash the delusion to the head by repeating it over and over time. The white people actually have to use psychology skills and stuff. But here's the thing. When your psychology does its work on personnel, you hold people hostage, grab them by the neck, throw them around, put the gun to the head approach, until you bash into the head, forcibly inject or ingest those medications against restriction of use. If you're subject for testing of biological chemical agents, is not pharmaceutical, is not peaceful, it is forced, fully injected or ingested, you're forcefully medicating people by force. And these aren't like, no. All these medications actually have side effects. They're not like natural herbs or anything. They're actually medicine. They force it down your throat. They'll hold you hostage, try to force you to take it. As you train stuff over 100 times more to walk to your death. And I'll tell you, no, I don't want to walk to my death. That's why I'm here to defend myself. But if you try to make it literally impossible for me to defend myself by harassing me with 60-day death clock everything, keep sending stuff every 60 days to harass me. And I tell you, I'm on my 42nd Japanese textbook, my 42nd kill cast show. And that you still need to fill out the top paper there for the basics of the claim. Because what happens when I drop that packet on them is that all they're gonna do is they're looking at the packet, they're gonna see that you already solved all your problems. Is that the intrusive practices, you wanna have to take a little bit of responsibility if it's really intrusive. Now you didn't say you can't advertise, or you can't hold your product, or you can't no, you literally just stated that you literally are the ones committing the assaults on people. Drag people around corners out of nowhere, and then say it's federal law. And in fact, if you want to look at who wrote this into the federal law, it's not something that I signed. It's something that someone else signed, and that's the problem. The Japanese University, elite force here, did not sign any of that mess, any of that junk. It will never sign anything that harms human life in the first place. You cannot harm human life for non-existent existence, delusion. If you have a delusion, it's called inordinate affection. And we have an inordinate affection, you cannot smash that inordinate affection to other people's heads by force, because that's really illegal. Now, if you reflect the situation at hand, and then tell people they're the ones doing something wrong, because I'm here, I can survive. But in order to get to the fruit tree, I would have to physically reach it. Now, here's what they do with something like the fruit tree, is that you would need to eat and drink water in order to survive. In order to eat, you'll probably have to get the apple that falls from the tree. Get the apple that falls from the tree, you'll have to stand under it or go to the apple when it falls off the tree. However, they make it impossible to naturally survive it. Please sign the National Survival Act of 2024, LT, anything, the Close Quarters Protection Act, anything, Educational System Abuse Prevention Act, anything. But you stand around, you hold your professional meetings, it's not really that professional because you never solved the issue, never will solve the issue. Take it that long to solve the issue. Because we take that long to solve the issue, 10 more issues probably appear somewhere else. In every position, in expected every coordinates. It's not clocking down, it's not up to the real world. It is not real, it takes you, it drags you into it. Now, notice how real projection only really affects the actual physical structures and the order that it's coming off of and being portrayed into, is that when you have real projection and it does not reach a person, our actively fails to reach a personnel, force them to do something they don't want, it especially a delusion. Now, a delusion is part of an, you know, intellectual warfare. And intellectual warfare, under the command intellectual warfare, that's really cool because you cannot repeatedly post warfare against American civilians because that's illegal. You can't post warfare against American civilians. You can't threaten American civilians over and over for learning how to create their own products, how to create their own stuff, their own factories, how to actually survive, how to actually get educated without your hand in it. Now, if you notice, they always been putting their hand in it, but they've been taxing stuff. The tax movement after 2024 removes their taxes from a Japanese university that you never existed in the first place. Instead, you existed in the counterintelligence and you left assassin ladders for them to run off of. 1, 2, 3. You put the 1, 2, 3 running notices in the beforehand to literally shoot me in the head as they walk by for no reason with no prior warning. The literal same second I walk there, they just shoot me in the head and just run off and say they got 3 legal notices. I didn't get any legal notices. In fact, everything seems to be happening when I was there. They seem to be manually placing the stuff in the machines and stuff. In fact, these things that like they're the only ones with the showed up visibility cards. They're the only ones capable of pulling that off. Individual person would not have the actual finances to pull off that imposed criminal activity in the first place. It's coming from your structures. And your structures force you to invite people with little death threats on papers, and then you send it into people's mails, forcing them to appear in a structure at a specific time, at a specific place that's not safe. I don't know what you're up to.